All right, hello everyone. Welcome to today's Nimble training webinar. Today I'll be going over all of Nimble's main features, plus our browser extension and email integration. If you have any questions, go ahead and type it into the questions box and I will be covering them. So I would like to take a minute to introduce Nimble. Nimble is an easy-to-use CRM that works for you in Microsoft 365, Google Workspace, and everywhere else you work. It automatically combines your contacts, communication, histories, email inboxes, and calendar appointments into one unified contact record. Nimble is available on both iOS and Android as a mobile app as well. Okay, so we're going to start off on the Today page. So this is what it looks like. And as you can see, it's a little bit of bare bones right now. The Today page was designed to allow you to completely customize it to your specific needs and the role you play in your company. So before the Today's page starts populating with data, we have to make sure that we have everything connected to Nimble that we need to be connected. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you. So first step that we're going to do is we are going to click on this little avatar here and go to Networks and Imports. Okay, so we're going to make sure that your email account is connected to Nimble. Nimble supports all email providers as long as they are IMAP. We don't support POP at the moment, but if your email is POP, you can try contacting your email provider and see if they can enable IMAP for you. That being said, you can connect your email by clicking this button here and simply inputting the email you'd like to connect to Nimble. You can also connect your Microsoft 365 or your Google accounts super easily. If you scroll down, you'll find the buttons to connect your accounts. So here you have the option, you can connect it here, and then you can either select all three: email, contacts, and calendar, or you can just do one of them. And then for Gmail, you can connect your calendars and connect your email contacts here. For Microsoft 365, here, let me go ahead. So you just click that and then it'll prompt you to log in and then it'll connect you there. And then same with Gmail. You just click one of these, it'll prompt you to log in and then it'll sync everything from there so you can start tracking all of your communications and your events on your Today page instead of having to individually go into each thing and track it there. And you can also, when you import your contacts, we recommend tagging all of the contacts that you import so that you know where they came from. And we don't recommend importing all of your contacts at this stage. So just so when you start off, just make sure you're only importing contacts that are absolutely necessary so that your database stays as clean as possible. You can avoid as much clutter as possible from the beginning. So now that we have email covered, we can cover social media. So if you go up here, you can connect your Twitter, you can connect your LinkedIn, and so when we click on it, you can authorize it and then give Nimble all of the permissions, and from there you will be able to track all of your social media activities. And so from there you can see everything that's going on, and also once your Twitter is connected and once you link your contacts to the Twitter, you can actually send Twitter DMs from within Nimble as well, which can really save a lot of time. Nimble also works with LinkedIn and Facebook as well, not just Twitter. And we can demonstrate how to utilize Nimble with social media using our browser extension, Nimble Prospector. And we'll show you how, I'll show you how that works later on. Okay, so you can actually import your contacts with a CSV file. CSV files are a great and convenient way to import contacts since many companies track their important contacts in spreadsheets. So before you import your CSV file, you want to make sure that all of the column names correspond with the names of the fields in Nimble. So I'll demonstrate that to you in a second. So we're in imports, we click on CSV, you can upload a CSV file. So I will use this one, so you can either upload or click and drag. So we'll do this one here. You can select whatever kind of mapping you like, or you can just click next. And then so we just want to make sure that full name matches with this field, email address with email, and then we click next. And then from here, you can say some of the contacts on the CSV already exist in your Nimble contacts. So you can choose how to override those. You can choose how to override the information. So you can either add, you can completely override or update. And choose how you want to merge duplicate contacts. And you can also tag them. So tag them CSV. You can tag them with that. And you can also choose to add them to a workflow. And we will go over workflows later on. Also, when you're tagging the contacts, the reason I mentioned that is because it is much, that way you can keep track of your contacts better, and it'll be easier to kind of have them in sections. So that you know, there's no confusion later on and you know where each of the contacts are coming from. Okay, so I will show you what a more populated Today page looks like. So this Today page, you can see there's more to-dos. There's a lot of like information about contacts here. And so I'm going to go back to the test one, and here, so on the Today page, you can actually customize the Today page how you want it to look. So you can either click here where it says Manage Widgets, and then you can click on these little dots here and then click and drag to arrange them however you want to look. You can choose to remove it altogether, or click on this pencil icon and rename it to whatever you'd like. And from here, you can also add a little logo that will show up here, or you can change the cover photo. So here I have a penguin named Gunther from a show called Adventure Time, which is a children's cartoon that I really enjoy watching. But you can click on this button here and you can choose any cover photo that you would like. So I'll just go over each of the widgets here. So tasks, this is just, so if you go on a contact record and if you go in a contact and create a task, it'll remind you here. If you're in sales or if you're a real estate agent, revenue by pipeline, this might help you track all of your sales and your projects and your deals. Same with this one as well. This is very helpful for those that are in sales. And you can also create a deal from here. You can see which ones are active, won, or lost. You can choose between seeing your own deals or team deals. And for revenue by pipeline, same here, you can see the ones that are just yours or for your team. You can also choose to see opportunities. Ooh. And let's see, you can also create new tasks here. And you can choose to do today, tomorrow, this week, next week, or choose a more specific time. And then you can see all your to-dos here. If you choose to create a stay in touch reminder for a contact, which I'll show you how to do in a little bit, they will show up here so that you never forget. And when you integrate your calendar from like Google or Microsoft, all of the events will show up here. And your custom activities, which I'll also show you how to do on a contact record, those will show up here as well. And for signals, if you integrate your Twitter or your Facebook, all of the notifications and all of the most recent, like your feed will be updated here as well. Okay, so let's go over contacts. Okay, so when you go to contacts, it'll open the side menu here, and this is actually collapsible to give you as much screen space as possible, but you can choose to see all of your contacts. If some of your contacts are companies instead of people, you can see them here as well. You can also see recently viewed to see who you most recently have been looking at or recently added. You can also see who you added a stay in touch reminder for. And you can also see your removed contacts. Only the account admin can set how many days they will allow the deleted contacts to stay in this folder before they're permanently deleted. So we can now go over what an individual contact record looks like in Nimble. So I will click on myself. And as you can see, all of the basic information about a person is at the top of the contact record, like their name, picture, their title, and the company they work for, and maybe even a short bio is extracted from their social media. It's very easy to log notes and log any past activities, schedule future activities, send templated and tracked emails, and create deals. So I will show you how, if you want to add a note, you just click on that and then you can add a note. You could say social media marketing associate. You can add a note about anything. You can log activities. So say send email, and I want to do that by tomorrow. And you can either mark as completed or do that so that it shows up as a new task on your Today page. You can schedule a task, event, or a call. And then that'll also show up on your calendar. And then when we scroll down here, we can see all the workflows that they are in. And you can also, you also have the ability to set up privacy for your contacts. So maybe everyone on your team, if you're working in a team, maybe everyone on your team can see this contact. Maybe only the owner, so that only the person who added the contact can view and edit. Or you can do custom privacy, which means only you can make it so that only specific users or specific groups can see this contact. And also when you go up here and you click on the little 3 dots, you can reorder and edit the left panel widgets and move them around as you'd like to see it. So right here, reorder and edit left panel widgets. And then all of this information here, we can rearrange it, we can hide it, and we can also do this pencil icon to rename it if that would be more appropriate. Okay, so we just close. And also for having a contact owner, typically whoever added the contact is considered the owner of the contact, but you can also, sometimes it's not assigned, but you can just click on this little drop down and assign it. Okay, and on the right side of the contact record, under interactions, you will see the entire history of the interactions you've had with this person, including all notes, emails, Twitter messages, deals, and any activities, so long as you have connected your email and Twitter on there. You can also use the individual tabs as the main interactions tab. It might become, the main interactions tab might become a little overwhelming since it shows everything. So you can, there's notes, there's activities, messages, and deals. These are just more specific so that you can find out you can find what you're looking for faster. Okay, so under the activities tab, you can use the drop-down menu to select a specific activity. So here you can look at tasks, calls, events, deals, and this is just further refining, what you're trying to look for. The messages tab will show you all the emails you and your team members have exchanged with your prospects and customers. So you go under messages, and then, so obviously there's nothing here, but you can also choose which date that you're looking for. So if it's something from kind of a while ago and you have a lot of emails in between, you can just jump to around the date that you think that the email was sent or received, and it'll take you to that time. Your Twitter interactions will also show up here. Notes are searchable, so once you have a lot of notes, which is bound to happen, you can easily find the one you're looking for by searching for keywords. So if you go under notes, you can type in keywords. So if I type in social media, oh, I gotta put a space. So that one will show up right there. Okay, and the deals tab will give you an overview of all deals associated with the contact record. So if you click on that, all of the deals that this person is involved in will show up. And next to the interactions tab, you can see the data fields tab, in which you can create up to 5 custom tabs, and under each of them, up to 200 individual custom fields. So here we go. So these are all the data fields here. And this just shows you all of the information about that person. And if there's any specific information you'd like to record, that's when these data fields come in very handy. Okay, so you and your team members can also upload files onto contact records from your computer. You can do it from, let's go to files. So you can do it from OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox, or you can upload it from your computer. You can do a local file, and so if there's a lot of documents involving the contact, then you and your team can easily access everything here. And when you click on it, it immediately downloads the file onto your computer. Okay, so let's go back to contacts and we'll go over segmentation. So there's different segments here, and you can also create, you can look up a segment search by, putting in your filters. So we'll put in a filter, we'll put in a filter for names that start with J. And we can also add another filter as well. So employment, Nimble. So me and our CEO, John, will show up here. And if you want to save this specific set of filters, you would just click on where it says new segment search here, and you would name it with whatever you want. So J names Nimble employees. And then just click save the search. And so later on, you just go under my segments and you can just click on the one that you're looking for. And one of the best things about this is that this is live. This is not static, so it updates. So if, so say one of us leaves Nimble and we update it so that their employment is no longer at Nimble, then this contact will leave. And if another person whose name starts with J starts working at Nimble, then they would automatically be added to this list. We don't need to manually update it. It will update it by itself. And this is a great way to just organize your contacts and quickly access any specific group of contacts that you're looking for. Okay, and also a really convenient feature is from here you can send a group message. So we just select all and then send a group message. And from here, it'll show the emails, but if for whatever reason the contact is missing an email, it'll show up under errors here, and then it'll list all the contacts with the missing information, and you can input the information from there. And from there, you can start crafting your group message. So you can create templates, manage templates, and then you can add one, but that's not what we're trying to do right now. We are trying to send a group message to people whose names start with J and work at Nimble. So let's do that. And so when you add a merge tag, you can do first name, last name, title, or company name. So when we do first name, we can do hello, so that the person who's receiving the group message, it doesn't appear as a group message to them. It appears that they're receiving an email just personally for them. So this really helps you personalize your group messages, and it really saves you time. And you can do it with also their last name as well, company name or title. And then before you send it, you can always send a test message to yourself, and it'll send it to the email that you have integrated with your Nimble account. And then once that looks good, you just send it, and then from there it'll help you. You can track your group messages, so you can track how many clicks it's received and how many times it's been opened. If there's a link in it, how many times the recipients have clicked on the link as well. So you can also set up your signature. So if you want to set up your signature, we just go to settings and we go to email settings. And then from there, you can create your email signature. This is also where we create the templates as well. And you can share the templates within your team so that your team can also utilize those templates and send group messages that are coherent with the ones that everyone else is sending. Okay, so now we're just going to move on to activities. Okay, so down here, so activities, it just shows everything that you have coming up in your calendar. So, and you can also filter what you want to look at. So you can see if you want to see tasks, your upcoming calls, or your previous calls, events, or any custom activities. And up here, you can add an activity. Okay, so you can add it from there. And this is from an agenda view, but if you do it in a list view, you can just see all of the activities here. You can, this is just a comprehensive list. And you can also configure the table to show how much information of each event that you want to see. So you can see status, activity name, who it's assigned to, and if you don't want to, if you decide that certain information is irrelevant, you just uncheck the box and it won't show up, so that you have a more concise view of the information that you're trying to see. And this can actually be exported as well if you need to share it with someone who is not using Nimble or is outside of your team. And you can also select the team members for who you'd like to create the report for. So you can pick which activities you want to see specifically and select the time frame, and then you can configure the table to only focus on the specific fields like I just showed you. So to export your report, just click export, let me see, right here. Okay, so now that we have that covered, we'll just move on to workflows. So workflows is our latest feature that we recently added to Nimble. So this feature is an extension of lead pipelines. It enables you and your team to visualize the progress of your contacts through people-related projects and processes. You can utilize the customizable Kanban boards to create multiple pipelines and stages that suit your business needs. To set up your workflow so that it reflects your internal process, you can go to settings at the top right corner and you can click add new workflow. So I will show you. So settings up here, and then you can either archive the workflow, you can save your current workflow as a new template so that if you really like what you have going on here, you could save it and use it for future references. And then every workflow has when you exit a contact, you have to choose unsuccessful exit reasons. If they exit successfully, then you don't need to provide a reason, but if they did it unsuccessfully, then you can do it. So here, this is just a sample sales pipeline that I created, or sales workflow that I created, and the 2 unsuccessful exit reasons I put were not the right time or not in budget. And you can also customize which fields that that are displayed in the workflow. So if I don't really care to see last contacted by me, I can just click the trash can and that won't show up anymore. So once that's done, we can save changes. And if you want to create a new workflow, you just expand that collapsible menu, and then over here it'll say add new workflow. And as you can see, we have a ton of templates that that accommodate to all kinds of, across all industries and departments. And even though these are pre-made templates, you can customize them as well. So if I click on business development and I decide that I like this one, but maybe there are some changes I want to make, so I can use the template and then I can add stages, take some away, edit the name of the stages with the little pencil icon. So I can edit the name, and I can also edit the description for the stage. So let's go ahead and exit out of there. You can also create your own template from scratch if you just want to do it. If you just want to create a new one completely, that's your own. So you can create a new one from scratch as well if there's none that really fit what you're looking for. And once you're done creating your template, you can start adding contacts on here. So on the Kanban board view, you can see all the stages. So adding contact, you just click that, and then you can add existing contact, a new person, and you would have to fill out all their information. And new company, it'd be the same thing. So if we want to add a new contact, just click their name, and it looks like they're already in this workflow, so we'll just leave it at that. And if we want to move them between stages, you just click and drag them to the next stage. And if you want a view that's more reminiscent of a spreadsheet, if that's what you're more used to, then you can switch from board view to list view. And then you'll see a more of like a spreadsheet, and then this will enable inline editing. So instead of clicking and dragging, you just edit all the information from drop-down menus from here, and you can also edit. You can also just edit directly on here. Just hover over and click the pencil icon, and then it'll have the email address. And let's switch back to the board view. And you can also take the contacts here and convert them to a deal. So if I want to convert to a deal, I'll show that again. You click the little 3 dots here, and then you just do convert to deal. Oh, before I continue, I do want to make it known that from here, Prospector is enabled in workflows. So if you want to see the full contact profile, you just click on the contact card, and then from here you see the entire profile, all the interactions, all the information. You can edit that from here as well. So you can really get a lot done just from this one page without having to open a new tab or a new window. Okay, so now that that's covered, we'll click on these little 3 dots, convert to a deal. If I want to do, so I'll just name it deal. Sales deal, probability of closing, 80%. Expected close date, we'll do April 28th, and the amount we'll do 100. And then, so you can customize all of that and then choose which pipeline you want to do it in and what stage you want them to go in. So qualification, or maybe they're further along and you're just adding them now. You could, put them in a different stage, and you can also control who sees it. So maybe only you want access to this. You would just do it as private. Or if you want your team members to see it, but you don't want them to touch it, you can do public view only, or if it's free game, you can do public view /edit. And you can also assign it to, so you can also, it'll also be assigned to you. And you can put a description as well. Okay, so now we'll go into deals. And deals, the way deals looks is very similar to workflows because you can click and drag between stages as well. You can customize which deals you want to look at by choosing which pipeline you want to see, and you can also view by owner. So if I want to see only things that are owned by me, I can click that, or by my team, I would click that. So Nimble allows you to create as many pipelines as you need. So the account owner can delegate permissions to different users to be able to configure and create the pipelines. To create a new pipeline or edit an existing pipeline, you can go to customize pipelines. So right here, and as I said earlier, it's very similar to workflows. So you can add a deal. So right now we only have opportunities, but we can add a new pipeline name. We'll just do sales. And we can also customize the amount ranges, or we can add one of our own. So customize, click the pencil icon, and then customize the range, save it, or cancel. And then if we want to delete it, just click on the trash can. If we want to add a new one, it's just creating one from scratch. Okay. So the number of stages here, it completely depends on your process. So we can add a stage here. It just depends on how your process works. Because I'll go back. I'll go back. So we're here, and then we're on sales. This is the pipeline I just created. So we can add a stage, we can add an amount range. It just depends on how your sales process works. And then okay, and then from here you can name the deal, you can relate the deal to multiple contacts and companies and add the valued amount of the deal. You can also project the probability of closing. So here, let's save one. And then we can put 30 days. You can save it. Okay, so it looks like that's taking a while to load, so we'll just go back to the other deals. And if you want to export your deals, you can just export to a CSV. And you can choose if you want to do all deals, active, won, or lost. You can assign it to a certain person, and then from there you can just export it. Okay, so let's just go over reports really quickly. So all of the reports here, these are from the pipelines. So you can choose which pipeline you want to see. So opportunities is the only one we have right now. And from here you can see how many are in qualification, how many are in decision makers, how many leads are in each stage, and how many active deals you have. If you have a deal that's stuck, that'll show up here as well. It'll just summarize everything for this month, but if you want to see last month, it'll show you that as well. You can also see this quarter versus last quarter. You can customize it to whatever date you want to see it. Okay, so now we'll go over Nimble Prospector. Nimble Prospector is a browser extension that is available on Firefox, Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and Safari. It works on any website and any third-party cloud-based app or any social media platform. So I will show you how I use Nimble Prospector on LinkedIn. So we'll go on my LinkedIn here, and here's my profile. And so I click on this on the Nimble Prospector icon to open the extension. And I personally, it's automatically on the right side of the screen, which I personally am more comfortable with. But if you want to switch sides, there's a button right here that you can click and it'll go to the other side. And so as you can see, I clicked on the prospector and immediately it pulled up my information. And I can add myself as a contact. And I didn't have to input any of the information. It immediately pulled my name, my position, the length of my profile. And from there, you can, if there's more information that you want to fill in, you can add email and phone number, address, like what city I live in. And this is especially useful if you don't want to open a new window or a tab to see a person's contact profile. You can just see it all from here. And say I want to look up someone else, I can just click on the search button here, and then I'll type in a different person's name, and then we'll see their name come up here. Okay, so lastly, I'm just going to show you how it works in Gmail. So we're here, And here's an email I sent to myself. Click on the prospector button. And so what we can do is we can just highlight my name, and then immediately it'll show up here. You can also click on a hyperlinked name to have it show up. So if I go to a previous post that I made, if I hover over my hyperlinked name, that'll show up as well. Okay, so that is all for the presentation. So before we get to the questions, I just want to show you these are the upcoming webinars. So next week we will not have a webinar, but we will have one the week after for workflow skills reporting and contact cleanup strategies after that, another general overview on May 11th, and after that, another workflow skills reporting. And if you sign up today, you can get 30 days of Nimble for free. So go to nimble.com/offers/webinar30/ and then you will be able to access your 30 days. Okay, and now I will be answering all of the questions. Can I share my contacts with another Nimble subscriber outside of my organization? So you can actually do that if you export your Nimble, if you export the contact, and then you can send it to them, but I believe you cannot send it to them within Nimble. You would have to export it, or you can email it. So here, I can demonstrate that real quick. So if I'm here, I click on this profile, click on the 3 dots, and then you do share profile, and then you can email this to someone else, and then they will see the summary that you're sending them. Okay. I'm unable to integrate my Outlook email with Nimble. I will contact you with the care. I will give you the, here's the care team email address. I'll send it so everyone can see, and they will be able to help you out. Is Nimble Security HIPAA compliant for the insurance industry? I'm actually not sure about that. I can, you can also reach out to the care team, or I can find out for you, and I'll be able to answer that for you. Can we see how to import LinkedIn connections? Let's see. I will send you a video afterwards of how I can do that. So I will send you a video of me demonstrating how to do that. All right. When you send an email to a customer, how come it disappears after a few weeks? I'm not too sure. That shouldn't be an issue, but I can reach out to the dev team to address that. Maybe if you keep that's strange. I'll reach out to the dev team and ask them why. That should not be happening. Okay, yeah, that should not be happening. Okay. So Adrian's asking, I want to know how to group contacts by project. Do I use tags, deals, or workflows? If you want to do them by project, then you should definitely do it by workflows. But if you want, you should do it by workflows, but I also recommend tagging them as well in case you want to group every single one of them into one group, regardless of what stage that they're in. I also don't, Adrian's also asking, I also don't quite understand the contact company relationship. Contact company relationship. If someone's part of, you can add a company as a contact, and if someone is part of that contact, you can relate them to that. But I can also send you a video further demonstrating that later on. Okay. how can I make my emails visible for everyone? So if you go under settings and you go under settings, you can here, I'll show you real quick. If you go under settings and you go to email settings, I believe, or maybe privacy settings. Okay, so there is a way to do it. I just can't remember how to do it right now, but I can also send you a video of demonstrating how to do it, or I can connect you to the care team to demonstrate how to do it, because I did have that issue as well. What are your security certifications? I will have to find that out from our CEO and get back to you on that. I imported 10,000 Twitter contacts mostly. Can I import a subset? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if you can do a subset. I would also have to reach out to the care team about that. And Robert, please copy me on the company contact video. I will be sure to do that. So I will be following up with all of you where I need to send you guys videos or send you information to the care team. It looks like there are no more questions. So thank you guys so much for joining today's webinar. We will have a recording sent out to you as well. And again, I will be following up with those who have questions where I need to send you guys videos. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.